Happy New Year's for everybody. This is the first show of 2024, and you cannot miss it because we're going to give you a small little summary about exactly what happened in the last game of the Liga, which is at the beginning of January, and then today that we actually had Real Madrid debut on La Copa del Rey. So the Cup of King, that's translation to English. So you can't miss this show. Let's get it started. Aquí nos encontramos nuevamente en otro programa de fútbol con Mamá.
Dentro del área, golpea Petit, Zidane y gol. Ha marcado Zidane el 1-0 para Francia.
Welcome everybody, and here we go. This is another show of Fútbol con Mamana. It's the first one of 2024, and Happy New Year's. I hope everybody enjoyed this New Year's celebration with your family, with your gathering. And happy Three Kings Day in the Spanish community today, because today is our real Christmas. Today in the Spanish community is the Santa Claus, right? For you guys in the United States and in the world majority of the time, but in Puerto Rico, Spain, all the Latin community, we celebrate the Three Kings as our main holiday. So Feliz Dia de los Reyes, happy Three Kings Day to everybody who's just celebrating today. I hope you had a very, 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 very enjoyable holidays, and we just started with football. This does not start. This is not stop. This is continuing going on. And of course, the market has started also. The winter market has started. And the first news that we had from the winter market was that Saudi Arabia decided to cut off the public funds are not allowed to be used during the winter market. So therefore, any squad who wants to purchase now a player has to do it from their own pocket, and that makes it a lot more difficult for them. You know that there's a rule in Saudi Arabia that they have a public funds, which allows the top four teams to be able to spend significant amount of money to be able to reinforce their teams with the top players, and that's why we've seen all these mega contracts. However, now talking a little bit about La Liga and Real Madrid, well, we said that Real Madrid actually closed at the beginning of this week. He played on Wednesday, and it was actually a game against Mallorca. This was the last game of the first half of the season of La Liga, and it actually came up that Real Madrid consistently won 1-0, didn't play the best game that he did, but found in a corner kick that Antonio Rudiger, with the back of his head, actually scored a very, very difficult goal, but he scored it, gave the victory to Real Madrid, and Real Madrid ended the first half of the season as the leader. So there's a lot of meme going out there calling them the champions of winter. There's nothing to lift up or celebrate yet. They're still halfway to go on the league, but it's a good start, and it's a way better start than last year for Real Madrid. Now, being that it started in January with a victory, it's very positive for Real Madrid, because Real Madrid is always known for historically to have January is the black month for them. It's usually the month that they slack a little bit more in the league. They let go of some of the points. We saw it last year the same way, and this year actually started with the right foot. So it's a positive note for Real Madrid fans, and let's keep going. So today was the debut of Real Madrid against Arandina. This Arandina is a squad who's from the 4th division in the Spanish bracket of La Liga, right? So it's in the 4th division, and not even a top dog of the 4th division. Is actually fighting for not being relegated in the 4th division. However, they did win their playoff matches to be able to get in the raffle, and the game in the team was Real Madrid. Of course, Real Madrid came inside and started with a brand new, trying to mitigate and minimize every single person who will go in the game. And I will tell you right now, the lineup was actually Kepa as their goalkeeper. Vinicius Tobias, who actually plays in Castilla, was playing on the right wing. Nacho on the right defensive wing, right? Nacho Fernandez, Alvaro Carrillo, another debut for him with Real Madrid, the first squad. Then Fran Garcia, he's actually participated today. We did say Nico Paz, who's also another one from Real Madrid Castilla playing. Dani Ceballos, so we know that he's just coming back from an injury and starting to get more minutes. Then, of course, Eduardo Camavinga, who just came back from a knee injury, and he just decided to play today, or was available and had an opportunity. And then we saw the debut with the young Turkish phenom, which is Arda Güler, which we knew initially in the preseason he was about to start with Real Madrid. He was going to get inside. He got hurt on his knee and took him out in numerous times that he was getting back to almost get ready to play again and always come back and get hurt once again. Therefore, having them out all the way of the first half of the season, and today was his debut, and we'll talk a little bit about him once it comes out. And then, of course, Brahim Diaz and Mato Joselu as their forward. So what happened in Real Madrid today? Well, it happened what is expected. Real Madrid actually came inside to a game where they're far superior of this other squad. They were dominating, but one credit that we have to say for Arandina is they were very clean players. Usually when these top players come inside, these younger or these younger groups and level of teams come inside and tend to exceed sometimes their tackles. They want to show off. They want to show their quality. They want to match themselves up against this top squad. And it comes out to be that sometimes one of the reasons why the coaches don't put their primary starting lineup is because they want to avoid to get hurt, because sometimes these bad fields and the aggression that sometimes these other squads comes in can hurt a player. So therefore, this is something that it came out to be that we have to take our hats off for Arandina. Arandina CF actually played very clean game. They did some fouls, but it wasn't as bad or it wasn't something outrageous inside the match. Now, it came out to be that there was Brahim Diaz today is one of the guys that I have to point out that he actually had an excellent game. Like, not an excellent, phenomenal game, but he was the best player of the team, I think, in this moment. He did miss a couple passes. He did miss a couple opportunities, but he created a penalty where Joselu actually scored. He did score a goal, which is the second goal for Real Madrid. And then he gave the assistance for Rodrigo Goes to be able to score the goal in the 91st minute. So this Brahim Diaz today gets the star from my perspective about the player to be, the superb player in the game today. However, let's talk a little bit about Arda Güler, because Arda Güler is they call him the young Messi of Turkey. And this is somebody that Mesut Özil actually vouched for. This is a person that Özil said that he was way better than him, and he was going to be a phenomenal player, and this is going to be like the mega superstar for Turkey. So there was a lot of highlights in the preseason about this kid, and we were always with expectation, will this kid be able to perform as great as he looks when he was playing for Fenerbahce? Now it comes out to be that he comes into this match and he looked pretty good today. He actually played on a horrible field where a lot of people didn't think it was going to be a field for him to debut, but he came in a lower quality field, and he gave some hints about how good this kid probably really is going to be. And we did see him with character, because there was a free throw almost at the corner of the 18 on the 18 barrier line, right? And you can see him actually disputing a bit with Dani Ceballos, probably telling Dani Ceballos, hey, let me get the shot, because this is my first match. I want to see if I can probably get an opportunity to get a goal, and this is a position that I feel very comfortable. So Dani Ceballos actually, probably felt bad for the kid and said, all right, kid, I know I've been in your position. Go ahead, take a shot. And guess what? That shot was phenomenal. It hit the pole. It almost hit the goal. It was a great shot. But besides this, we saw some incredible passes. We saw one pass that Brahim Diaz could not be able to get to because Brahim Diaz didn't stretch his leg. But if Brahim Diaz would have stretched his leg, he probably would have scored that match, and that would have been a phenomenal goal, because Arda Güler just passed it right in front of probably like 4 players from the defenders of Arandina. Now, besides that, we did see him slip a little bit. We did see him lose some balls today. We saw a little bit of nervousness, but that's completely normal. We're going to see a lot more. Ancelotti actually came in and said, hey, the kid, we're going to give him time. He's only 18 years old. He's going to be a young prospect for Real Madrid, and he's going to be a future star for Real Madrid. So Ancelotti's seen him in the practice. He didn't want to actually push him to play in a game that it wasn't comfortable for him, and today was actually a phenomenal game for him to start. The other player that actually came up and I think didn't get as great of a grade, but he's been phenomenal most of the time that he gets an opportunity to play with Real Madrid, is Nico Paz. Nico Paz actually today Did his job. He did, but some of the decisions still look like a little bit, greenish in that point. And this is one of the reasons why this young phenom from Argentina, it's still in the growth position, but it's great to see him in these type of games, because this is the type of games that these kids can show a little bit more. They can participate more. They can mix up a little bit more with players from the first division team, and that gives them and excels them to the next level. So that's another player that we're gonna have to keep an eye on. He's participated a couple more opportunities in Real Madrid, but it's somebody to continue looking down. Now we got two guys. Alvaro Carrillo, I'll touch him first. And that's Alvaro Carrillo's today was actually a game for him to show a little bit of his performance, how his quality, how he's going to be reacting as a center back. We know that right now we lost Eder Militao, we lost David Alaba for the rest of the season. So therefore, we're only down to two center backs, and we're talking about Nacho Fernandez and we're talking about Rudiger. And Antonio Rudiger, if one of them got hurt, or if it happens like last game, this Wednesday, Nacho Fernandez actually had a accumulation of cards that he had a game of suspension. So we had Tchouaméni actually in the center back. So Alvaro Carrillo is one of the main centers from the Castilla from Real Madrid, and he looks hungry. He looks like desirable to be able to play. Today wasn't a good game for him to show off a bit. There was not much action for them in the backfield. The goal that actually Arandina actually scored, it was an own goal by Nacho. I can't blame too much Nacho and Kepa was. It wasn't an opportunity for him. Not only that, the team was already 3 goals ahead. They were down. They were very sluggish in that moment. They were playing just comfortable, and an own goal comes inside. So I don't blame anybody in that own goal. But it still gave a crowd a big booster for them to react and enjoy the match. Now, one player that I do have to say that he was really, really good besides Brahim Diaz is Eduardo Camavinga. This young prospect from French player, he's been phenomenal every single time. He's his tendency, his roots is from Angola, Africa, and he's plays for the French national team. And since he was playing in La Ligue 1, everybody was talking about him, that this kid was actually going to be, he was going to be phenomenal. And Rennes, he actually played really, really good. He did a couple mistakes, but you can see his technicality, his physicality, everything, and it just showed the character. When he started with Real Madrid, started a little bit of flaws, a little bit of hyper, a little bit getting cards too quick. This is something he's worked on, and he's evolved to be a complete player now, and he's actually every year surprising and raising up the bar. So this is exciting to see him coming back from an injury. We were scared a little bit when he started touching his knee, because we've known that we lost Courtois to the knee for the rest of the season. We lost Militao for the rest of the season for knee, and we lost David Alaba for the rest of the knee because of a knee. So seeing him and Tchouaméni hurt and injured because of knees, it was a little worrying more for Real Madrid fans. And it comes out to be that both of them are playing back. Both of them are doing good. They had a good rest between Jude Bellingham, all the primary players like Vinicius Jr. and everything. They just did not participate today. Actually, Fede Valverde came inside to get a couple minutes. Rodrigo Goes the same way. And then, of course, we saw Alvaro Rodriguez come inside, have a couple of minutes also as well. Had one of the opportunities that they passed him the ball, and unfortunately the ball went over the goal. But, this is young. This is a very good month to be able to debut for Arda Güler and some of these young players to come inside, because there's a lot of cup games. Now, Real Madrid next matchup is actually going to be in the Super Cup of Spain, which is going to be this next Wednesday, and they're going to be playing Atletico Madrid, their first match, and then if they be able to win that match, they'll play the final on Sunday, the 14th of January. Now, we remember this format that is only four teams, right? And what it does is, the way that this new tournament format that has come up, it's whoever wins the cup plays against the second in the league, and whoever wins the league plays against the runner-up of the Cup of Kings, right? So being that Osasuna and Real Madrid actually played and Real Madrid won the Cup of Kings, Osasuna came in the second position. However, Barcelona won the cup won the league last season. So Barcelona and Osasuna will play this Wednesday. Real Madrid have to play Atletico Madrid because, unfortunately, Real Madrid was runner-up on the Liga, So then it goes to the third position, which is Atletico Madrid. That's why Real Madrid is actually playing this Wednesday against Atletico Madrid. It's going to be a phenomenal game. They're going to be exciting. Atletico Madrid actually played the Cup of King today also as well. And I have to say they won 3-1. It was a phenomenal game in that moment, but they went the first half 1-1, and it was very exciting for the team called Lugo, because Lugo has a young prospect from Puerto Rico national team, right? And he's a guy who's my countryman, and he's a forward for 20 years old. He scored 3 goals in 22 matches with Lugo, but he came out today and he actually showed up, and he got an opportunity and he took advantage of it, scored the goal for Lugo. The stadium erupted. It's been all over the news that this young prospect, Leandro Antonetti, actually comes inside and scores this goal. So it's very, very proud for my countryman. I did want to give him a little bit of shout out through this video right now, and hopefully get to see him evolve little by little, because, you know, Puerto Ricans are raising up a little bit. They're more in the international now levels, and it's very exciting for us that we grew up playing this sport and loving this sport, to be able to see these young prospects come inside and excel a lot further than what we did and what we had. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the show. I wanted to start the show this season just like this. There's going to be tons of rumors. I've yet come inside. I got a lot of stuff in my agenda to be able to provide to you guys, but I promise, little by little, we'll start working with things, and we'll get everything worked out, and the show will go on. And Happy New Year's. 2024 is going to be exciting for us. And like I said, if you haven't registered and subscribed to this channel, subscribe. It's free. Hit that like button. It's free. Leave me your comment. I usually respond to every comment. 2023, I responded to every single comment that I received. So I hope you enjoy the show, and let's get it on. Ciao!